Hey everyone!
Hey.
Welcome to more Dragon's Dogma. Back to streaming more of this game, figuring it out bit by bit. Neither of us have finished it, so there will be some confused moments. But so far I guess things are going well-ish. I better start raising up some money so I can get some, like, regular plate mail.
Yeah, I suppose so. Ah, fuck, I never, went into the cheat engine.
It's alright. Let's look at the quests. Now, Lore of the Abyss. I feel like I already did this. But, I guess I'll do it again. Oh, God, I hate that.
Screen tear?
No. Well, yes, but I just hate how you have to, like, move the map over instead of just zooming all the way out. Like, that's in and out. But it doesn't show you the whole city. You just have to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I always thought that was like a console thing.
Oh, so that's where I put a port crystal.
No, there's one just there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, is it not going to show me where the quest is?
I think it's red, right?
Yeah, but it just shows you the entrance.
The Everfall. So I think you have to go into a pit that's in the Pawn Guild.
But they don't show where it is.
Go up. There it is. Down. Left. Left. Up. Right. Down. Okay. Just stop. Left. Okay, left a little bit. Yeah, you're right there. That's it.
This?
That's the place.
Okay. You could have just said that symbol.
Yeah, it's that symbol.
I don't know why. Oh. Okay. Fine. You fucking. God damn it. No wonder none of us can fucking complete this game.
You can place marker 2 on the Pawn Guild if you want to put a marker on it. Marker 1 is placed on the Black Cat Guild.
They look exactly the same.
So, yeah, so 2 is, yeah. You know, there's a lot of colors.
I hate this city.
You know, I mean, you do art, right?
Yeah, I do art.
There's more than just one color, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I was thinking, you know, maybe in Dragon's Dogma 2, they got 3 numbers, right? What if they had a marker, a different marker for each 3 numbers, and then they also... Nah. Yeah, it's probably too technically intensive.
Oh, yeah, probably.
But here's a crazy idea, right?
God, the running fucking sucks.
3 different colors. The running in this is like uncontrollable. Like you like.
Well,
like
because you can't just click it again to get it to stop. You have to stop moving completely, and it's so unnatural feeling.
Well, I guess if you're actually sprinting, it's hard to stop like that. It's easy to slow down though. So I guess that's a good point.
What the fuck?
But like they make it seem like you're unleashing this
going the wrong
uncontrollable, like
way.
massive speed. You know, like you're unleashing your like inner demon to run across the city, and like everyone's blast aside. Like, it almost feels like it takes more suspension of disbelief if you play a small character because you'd be blasting everyone aside. You should be playing a big buff dude.
This city is...
Just destroyed that guy.
This city is so confusing. I don't like it.
Hey, King Credo.
Oh, this place.
Knock him off. Oh. Just hanging out the edge of a cliff. No, that was the building back there. Yeah. We're in there with candles, and then you go right. And then... Oh, talk to that guy. Oh, fuck. Well... Oh, wait, press X.
Press X.
I know it says present. Present. Can you present? Oh, no, don't give him a present. Fuck this guy. Sleep. Get out of there.
I'll give him a knife.
No.
Stab it! Stab it! I can give him a pie.
No. I just thought that maybe he was like, I want you to get the head of an ogre, and then you like show him the head of the ogre. Like I wasn't sure if it was present or present. You know?
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah. Turn left.
I see. I just.
Oh wait, actually, could you go to the stone really quick and look for my follower?
Your follower?
Yeah, because you should be able to get your friend's pawns.
But I'm playing offline.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Why?
I believe it was you who told me to play offline.
I did?
Yeah. Alright.
I don't know. I don't.
Alright. Time to do this section again, because it didn't count the first time, apparently.
No, I think there's a second quest to do in the dungeon.
I mean, it was definitely the same quest. Get out of my way! What are you doing? Standing in front of me in a small hallway.
Oh, apparently King Credo thought he might get arrested for crashing into people, so he like tried to avoid crashing into people. I thought the same thing.
But it's so fun.
I was pretty sure that was assault, you know, because like they like get mad at you for stuff. It's also like they probably just shouldn't have the ability to commit crime.
Yes. Whoa.
Good luck with the troll that's down there.
I already did it. I
Oh,
already
okay.
did the troll.
I don't remember the troll at all.
I already did everything. And then it's like, didn't count. Go back. Go back and do it again. I don't know. Maybe I died at some point
Probably.
after doing it. It was like, and I didn't save. So now I have to do it again.
Death in this game feels so strange because it feels like nothing happened, and then it also feels like negative things happened. Like you like it's just like, you know, like it was a fever dream. You completing the quest.
Yeah, right.
Because they just stick you in a random place, you know. Like they respawn you, but they respawn you without any progress.
Yeah, basically.
So, I don't know. It's just it's such a weird way to.
It's no good.
And this game really does have a quite a way of like making
I love how my
progression
sword
seem like
looks when it's all glowy. You see how glowy it is? Looks
Yeah.
so cool.
Very cool.
Fucking love it.
Oh, use your
Look at that fuller. That's a good fuller right there.
yeah. Use your new spells. Not towards the cliff. Like scaring me.
What are my new spells? The fire counter?
Oh yeah, what's fire counter do? I forget.
It does something on the shield. So like when you block, it like does
Oh yeah, they
something.
take fire damage when they hit you.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Take this.
Okay.
Got him.
That'll actually be useful if you can't hit the bats. Because then that will hit them.
Got him.
So I can't remember the thing with the troll liking women. That is a weird thing that pops up in a lot of, like, cartoons and whatever. Is, like, they have women be attractive to, like, animals and stuff.
Mm.
I think it's very creepy.
It's like King Kong.
Yeah. I learned in school that King Kong is secretly just a black man. And,
Of course you learned that in school. Orcs are black people, King Kong is black people, everyone's black. You get to be black, and you get to be black.
It's just like...
Ah, the best dodge.
Oh, you still have the dash attack?
Yeah, I never took it off.
What about the other one? What about the jump stab thing?
I never put it on.
Why not?
Because this move is so powerful.
But...
Yeah, I'll try it at some point.
So why did you change your class?
Because she told me to.
Okay. I guess that makes sense.
I mean, I can put them on. It doesn't really matter right now, because I'm doing a quest that I already did before.
Yeah, I just thought, like, you know, for the sake of, like, having fun.
Well, if it's bad, then I won't have fun.
Oh, but
So it's, like, safer to keep what you got when you're gonna do a mission all over again.
I guess. I could just go into, like... I could see if there's a cheat table to just, like, increase your damage to max, so every ability is good.
You don't have to think too hard about it.
Just...
What? I thought they were dead! What the fuck?
Let's escape.
Yeah. You'd think the health one would come up first.
Oh, hey, Jordan. And hey, Red Wolf Corp. Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe. I don't know. Do you like Kirby?
Who, me?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, you.
Literally, the only Kirby game I've ever played is that racing thing.
Okay. I think there's some remake or something. I might have played 2 Kirby games, I think. The one that I played was the final boss was a genie. I think it was something about a mirror. I want to say. I liked it. I thought it was very novel because I found Mario, like the Game Boy Mario games, to be quite boring because Mario can't do anything. I always wanted to be like a Hammer Bro or something. So when I saw my cousin with like Castlevania on his Game Boy Black and White, you know, like the original Game Boy, I was like blown away. I was like, whoa, you're like this big jacked guy with a whip. And then like, I looked up what he looks like more recently, and I was like, man, he looked so jacked when I was little. There's like one line that could indicate like a bicep, and I was like, what a monster. Anything bigger than Kirby Air Ride, yeah, I loved Kirby Air Ride.
That was fun.
I played the shit out of Kirby Air Ride. I made Trisha play it with me.
Yeah.
It crashed constantly.
Oh yeah.
I was running it on emulator. I like tried to play it on my old GameCube, but I think my saves are gone. I don't know what happened.
Why do these guys gotta walk in front of me? If you're gonna have them do that, then I should just, like, be able to flip through them. Just go the extra mile and make them ghosts.
Deeper than Doomcock's Lair? What is Doomcock's Lair? The Amazing Mirror. Let's see. Is that the one I played? The Amazing Mirror.
Huh.
Hi. Yeah, that looks like the cover. I think so. Here's the sword and stuff. I think that is what I have. I think I played another one, but I don't know. These graphics look really good. I don't know if this is actually what I played.
Where the heck is that lever? Did I pass it?
Oh, this looks right, maybe? This one down. Yeah, that looks right. They must have done a remake or something, because I see like one version that looks like super garbage, which is like what I remember, and then there's another version that looks like it's...
I'm not going insane. I swear there's no lever over here.
Do you have to walk around? No, go back.
You can't walk around the gate.
But on the left, is there a tunnel?
That's where I just came out of.
We'll go back in there.
Aww.
You probably have to circumvent it through the... That's a lot of zombies in there.
Yeah. So much that I can't get out of the fucking tunnel. Alright. Now. What's wrong with me? Oh, I was being picked up. Wonderful.
Is that for a light? Catch you later, Jordan. Nightmare on Dreamland. That sounds really familiar. Nightmare... Yeah, it was something about dreams. But I think I might have played 2 Kirby games. But I've only finished one of them, maybe? I don't know. This boss doesn't look familiar. Oh, I guess that the place he lives in is... This cover doesn't look so familiar. Oh yeah, this boss. I remember this guy. I guess he wasn't a genie. I guess that's just... Well, maybe he is... Yeah, I think that's the boss. I remember.
No. Whoop.
This might have been the one I played. Those are the only Kirby games on Game Boy Advance that I must have played both of them, because they both seem vaguely familiar. Although, that was the era where people would like pass you their Game Boy and you'd play it for a bit, so that might be what's confusing me. Has Danfan died yet? Thankfully, no. Ooh.
Oh, come on. What is hitting me with fire? shitty healing system.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm not a fan of the menus. Oh, there's a guy over there.
Yeah,
I would save before you try to jump over there.
Oh. I gotta just, like, rely on the range people, I guess.
I mean, you can jump over there, but...
Can't save.
Nice.
Oh, you committed suicide. Sweet. Well, I guess that's what happens when you get scared that a knight is about to come over and beat you up. Ah! Rook, can you fucking stop dying?
Ooh. Nice. Should that nerd will.
Oh my god, are you serious? From all the way down there?
Yeah.
Should have plunged to his death. Alright, get the fuck up. Wake the fuck up, samurai.
Just so you know, Rook is gonna eventually just die constantly because he's level 7. So your pawn is gonna be the same level as you, and then whatever other pawns you hire are gonna be stuck at whatever level you hired them at. So Rook, so you're like level 18 and he's level 7, so he's gonna die very easily as you go through threats that are like at your level.
That's enough of that.
Some of this game's graphics remind me of Dark Souls graphics. I think this was in an era where the most popular sort of RPG was Dark Souls, and so people were calling this a Dark Souls clone. But I don't think that's...
It's not exactly Dark Souls-y. I mean, the things that it have in common is that it's like fantasy with this camera. Yeah, I guess that's about it. It's mechanically very different from Dark Souls. Potion. Poison! Well then don't touch it!
Can you like light a torch or something?
Yeah.
Is that because you're too cheap to use torches?
No, it's because I have blue eyes.
Okay.
I can see better in the dark. That's why I have made my character blonde with blue eyes.
Oh, waka waka. Let's talk at the waka.
Alright, nothing over here. Nothing over there. Throw blast. Ugh. Dragon spit. You and your weird fetishes, Japan. Ah. A fine place for a lever. I always, like, put my levers above on a completely separate floor to open the doors. It only makes sense. got over here? Hey. That's a lot of dough.
If you were like a normal ass person living in the city, wouldn't you have a problem with there just being like hordes of skeletons?
Yeah, a dungeon full of like evil creatures. I would say we would need a town meeting to bomb the dungeon. It's like the bomb Snake Island campaign. Why don't we just light this thing on fire? I don't think this is really contributing anything to the city. Where was I going again? Ah, yes. Whew. Gotta catch my breath. Get up. I'm not done with you yet. Stop! He's already dead! How are you doing?
Doing alright.
Alright. I'll take that. I got a new cloak. I got 2 new cloaks. Still looking for plate mail.
Yeah, the upgrading system in this sucks. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Yeah, I can see how it would suck.
They have like a lot of very random items that they require.
Hmm.
Although I think the Black Cat forging system might let you create them. So I don't know. New trailer for the Rising of the Shield Hero came out recently. Hoping it does better than season 2.
I don't think we ever got to season 2.
I don't know. So Rising of the Shield Hero turned into like furry rights. Right?
Furry rights?
Isn't that the one where they had the slaves that have fox ears?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, one girl was like...
Oh god, and they had the bird person?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now it all makes sense.
I think, the opening for Shield Hero was strong.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it got a little bit less interesting as it kept going, for me anyways.
Yeah. So I think you did this quest, but you didn't press on the floor.
Maybe.
That's what I did. So, you know.
What the fuck? You can shoot fire? Nobody told me you could shoot fire. Where are all my pals? They just leave me to die. Bastards.
Definitely gotta get Trisha a mod to increase her carry capacity.
I would be doing fine if my friends didn't just leave me to die.
Oh, so they said don't attempt to fight, flee. Maybe they're fleeing?
Yeah, they're fleeing. Bitches.
Raftalia, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a raccoon?
I thought she was a tanuki.
Oh, okay. Aren't they the ball sack things that like fly with their ball sacks?
No. Maybe. I don't know.
So, you save...
Nobody's fucking helping.
I think you're supposed to just run.
Yeah, but they're behind. So what am I supposed to do? Leave them?
Yeah. Tanuki are raccoons, kind of. Is there like a
They're
mythical...
raccoon's dog. They're the raccoon dogs.
Yeah, they're like a mythical creature, right?
Well, they're real, but they have like myths surrounding them. You've never seen a raccoon dog before? Yeah, look, all my friends are dead over there. I'm supposed to just leave? Sir Husbando never leaves his friends behind. Even if it makes total sense to, because they're all idiots.
I guess there is a real creature also called the Tanuki. This doesn't really look like Tanukis, though.
Why aren't I running? I clicked in the stick like 8 times. Wake the fuck up, samurai. We got a city to burn. Oh, yay. You know, the stamina in this game being related to running is also really stupid. When you have to run in so many fucking sections.
Oh, you grab. I get it.
Yeah, what's your story, Lady Waifu? Oh my god!
So
The
Tanuki...
fucking stamina! It's so fucking bad!
Well, yeah, that one will restore your stamina.
But it's just terrible. Ugh.
Just leave them, they'll figure it out.
They suck! They're terrible.
Yeah.
I want to buy a new pawn.
You can, yeah.
Nah, I'm joking. Go to the pawn store. Mom, these pawns you got me for my birthday suck. They keep dying.
So some Tanuki can refer to the raccoon dog or a badger. The Japanese badger. Oh, that kind of does look similar.
Oh my god. So fucking bad.
Well, I learned something new today. There are real Tanukis.
God. This is so fucking bad. This is crazy. Why is it so long? Why is it so long? What is a wake stone?
A wake stone will keep you from having to load, but I don't think you should do that.
What is a wake stone? I don't get it.
So it's an item that you've collected, but I don't think you should use it.
Will I have to do the whole dungeon again?
Where did you save?
I couldn't save. It wouldn't let me save for the whole dungeon.
Okay.
It was always grayed out.
Well then, yeah, you'd have to do the whole dungeon again. You can find more wake stones. Especially if I activate cheat engine and add a bunch of inventory. But yeah, there's a quest that you have to create. You pick up 3 items and it combines into a wake stone. There's like wake stone shards. So you must have gotten the last piece in the dungeon because I don't think you had one when I looked at your inventory. So use it, sure. Whatever. You can. I remember my character had 4, and I just never used them. So.
Oh, where am I? Oh, it just started.
So yeah,
right
just
here.
keep on running.
Oh, jeez.
No jumping, just run.
You know, like stamina runs out so quickly.
Okay, well, when you're out of stamina, then walk.
And then I have to stop moving.
Also, your stamina runs out super quick because you have almost maximum equip load. Like, you almost can't even move. You have so much stuff on you.
Well, I can't get rid of it.
Yeah, you can. You can just open your inventory right now and give it all to another character.
Yeah, but I want to sell it.
Okay, you
or
could,
use it for stuff.
right, you could give it to another character and then sell it once you're out of the dungeon.
Yeah, but that's not.
It's just say the truth. It's annoying to go through your inventory and do that.
No.
That's why I got the mod, Trisha. Just say
I'm
it.
not going to remember that other people have things.
Well, you could just fire them.
They
all
probably all have max equip loads too. I don't know.
No, it says very light. Also, they can have max equip load because they're not going to complain about their stamina being low.
They just teleport here.
Yeah, I mean, what are they going
What
to
a
do?
bunch of fucking making me do this. Knowledge chair? What, that? That ain't no knowledge chair. That's a kitty chair.
Why is there so much, like, folklore about the Tanuki? I just want to know, like, what is its actual...
Thanks. Ah. Oh, won't let me move my camera. Okay, there we go.
So it's not actually related to a dog, I don't think. The knowledge chair allows you to change your pawn's default nature. What does that mean? Oh, you got a promotion.
Sweet.
The Gambit system for Final Fantasy, I don't even know.
Alright. Let me see. What?
Maybe you should just go right to a merchant right now and just sell all this shit.
I mean, I can't, right? Because it's nighttime?
But you could go to the inn and then tell them to make it daytime.
Where's the inn?
Go up up the ramp. Yeah, up that ramp. And then make a right at the end of the ramp. Oh, got it. Okay, so there's a place where you can change their AI to like be a different kind of class.
Mm.
So then it should be your left. Oh no, you're right. It's right there. Yeah.
Hello, little girl. She's cute. Jump.
Now you can go sell all the stuff you don't know what it does, or you can talk to the innkeeper and just store it all.
Wait, no.
You have an infinite storage box. Oh, in
No.
the
It's the wrong screen.
So, the Eternal Waystone, she can't get because she didn't. I don't know. You're supposed to just start with it. If you originally had Dragon's Dogma and then it got upgraded to Dark Arisen or something, but she just bought Dark Arisen. So I have an Eternal Waystone on my character though. So I was gonna open. I forgot to, but I was gonna open Cheat Engine and add it.
So where is merchant? The Sky Merchant?
Sure.
Me, I've no luck. Iron and steel. Masterworks ore. Can't go wrong.
Alright. So what is useless garbage? Everything?
So did oh, are you in the? Okay, you are in this cell menu.
Yes.
I don't know. I didn't sell anything, except for like maybe monster drops or something. At some point, well, okay, just go into the enhance menu for a minute.
Enhance?
Yeah, go back. Enhance. So like, once I saw the enhance requirements, I stopped selling anything because I was paranoid that I would need it. Because like, look at it upgrading the broadsword, for example. Scrap iron and rugged tusk. It's like just completely random items.
Hmm.
Then like wooden wall is gonna be some weird stuff too, I'm sure. A wooden 4 wooden boards, you know. So me personally, I have no idea what you should sell because I stopped selling things at some point. You can also make a ton of money in the DLC thing.
I'll get rid of rotten eggs.
Fair enough.
Spicy mushroom tea.
Oh, I remember doing that.
Large nut.
So,
Sorry.
how do you get Eternal Wastestones without the game just starting you with one? So something that I did, I forgot about, which is a lot easier to do if you have a Waystone, is to go to a healing spring. Well, to buy as many empty flasks as you can, go to a healing spring, fill them all up with healing water, and then map travel back and sell them. I definitely did that a lot.
I assume most of these things I can just buy if I want them.
I'm assuming so
But
too.
I'm probably never going to use like a lot of, like the throwing weapons. Probably never
You
going
have
to
more
use.
ceramic jugs too. Oh, it says in parentheses 4.
Amount 1 and then in parentheses 4. So like, I guess they're counting in groups of 4? Yeah, it's confusing. That got me too. Hey, almost 4,000 gold. Whee.
You almost have enough to commit murder again.
And then all this fucking stuff. Craft bones. Ugh. Spider venom. Am I gonna need spider venom? I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna see more skeletons. and stuff.
Armored weapons increase to max fighting a drake and or killing it. Materials are easy sell. Okay.
I got a hoe.
I say do whatever you want, and then if something is horribly wrong, instead of
cheat
starting the
engine it
game,
in.
yeah,
Yeah.
instead of starting the game over, we can just undo whatever happened with cheat engine.
Sure.
I think that's a much less anxiety-inducing way to play games. Because, like, some games I would just, like, not quite be sure what I should sell or whatever, and my inventory would fill up, and then I would just stop playing the game. Because I didn't want to, like, fuck something up. So, just do whatever you want.
So I don't gotta hold them. Actually,
Oh, your starter shirt on the female model has a bunch of cleave. Although on like a player character, there's like a giant scar because your heart has been ripped out. But you know. I think you should charge a drake and see how it goes. Do it for the content. I don't think I've ever fought a Drake with melee before. I can't imagine that goes particularly well. So, instead of doing this, you could take all these items and put them into storage at the inn. If you're not sure.
I'll never remember.
Okay.
That's
then
like the bad thing about this whole like organization system is that I'll never remember that I have these things, and I'll probably just farm them again later, you know?
Yeah. So sell everything.
Yeah, exactly. This.
Just go to the store, sell everything, and buy sick armor. And if it goes wrong and you needed that stuff, I will find a way to give it back.
I mean, like, even now, I still don't have like enough gold to really get plate armor.
Okay, maybe
Because like it's super fucking expensive.
maybe you would if you sold everything.
No, not even.
But you still have average weight capacity. There's no way that as a warrior you're struggling on carry capacity.
Okay, right.
And yeah, we checked out the Black Cat shop last stream. Wait, before you go, check to see if you can get any more skills from the innkeeper. And then equip some skills so you can have some fun.
Implying that I'm not having fun?
Well, I just think, yeah. Learn or set skills. Learn skills. See if there's skills you could learn.
Okay.
I don't know, but do you have any shield skills? I don't think you probably wouldn't. Skydance, that one's cool. And then see about the shield. I don't know if you have anything besides fire cannon. Okay. So see if you can buy any. So you have Sky Rapture. I would get that because that's just the upgraded version of Skydance. And can you scroll down any further on the list, or is that
No,
all
that's
there
it.
is?
That's it.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah, because like it has this scrolling bar
Oh,
when
okay,
you
okay.
scroll down.
Levitate is fun, I think.
It does sound fun.
Oh, you have to be holding a staff for it. Never mind.
Yeah.
I remember that undoing me.
That staff in art, yeah. Takedown. An advanced form of a base skill that appends a tackle to a forceful jab. And there's controlled fall. Tucks the body into a tight roll when falling. Well, I could do that. Levitate sounds way cooler, but...
So you can press jump in the air and you go whoa and like
Yeah.
float for a little bit. It also helps with platforming because you can jump and then go further,
Right.
which is what I was using it for usually. Yeah, I think Fortitude is just straight up damage reduction, so you should probably just have it. It's just a passive that just goes on.
How many passes can I have on at a time?
10, I think.
Oh, cool. Might as well just get one.
But you only have like not a million points, but yeah. And then you could check, see, because Lady Waifu might have some really good skills, so don't spend too much.
Sure. Yeah.
Scroll down. What does Lassitude do?
Magical fog, a designated location that inflicts torpor upon foes who
Okay,
enter.
that is better than it sounds, but bad. Scroll down.
Wait.
Down, down. Down. Further. Oh, yeah. Miasma is, I think that's the better version. Yeah. It's not the best skill, but that is quite strong. Um,
So I should get that for her?
I want
Alright.
to say, yeah. If you can only have a certain number of skills, like at some point it kind of gets bumped out. She's never gonna use it. There's no chance.
Fair point.
Suasion? What's suasion?
Augments the power of magic attacks designed to knock down foes. Could be good. I don't know. Enables you to negotiate higher prices.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't get that by unlocking it for her, do you?
I would hope, but I guess not. Greatly reduces damage sustained. That makes sense.
Secret augments, I think you unlock by leveling up 2 separate skills, or 2 separate classes.
Alright.
Yes. I don't know if you got anything else. Oh yeah, just auto upgrades, yeah. So you're good. Well, you could, yeah, there's more slots.
I'm
okay.
trying, dude. I'm doing the best I can with what I have.
So it's not 10, it's, looks like, what is it? 6? Yeah, there's 6 slots. So I was way off, but it, yeah, you know what I mean, it's like a lot. Yeah, that one's good.
Sounds good.
And then, what else you got?
Put miasma out there on primary.
You can give her an upgraded version of Ingle if you want.
Eh.
So, here's the thing. You know, you can't manually control her, so I would 100% take those off, the buffs. Because you
What?
already have 2 mages that are putting the fire one on. So if they put the fire one on, and then she puts the lightning one on, you know what they're going to do, right? They're just going to put the, you know, they're going to put the fire one back on, and then instead of healing you or doing anything useful, they're just going to be continually fighting to try and put them on. You could leave the fire
Well,
one
they're
on.
secondary, so I'm just thinking.
Secondary just means that you press the other bumper or whatever to get to that menu.
Yeah, but I don't know if that means anything for the. It doesn't. It doesn't mean anything for
No.
the followers.
I would be shocked if it did.
All right.
You could leave Fire Boon on, but her skills are probably better spent, you know, doing other stuff. So.
No.
All right.
Alrighty then. Off to the next quest, which is all the way over there.
You can also, yeah. Yeah, this is why map travel is so important.
Yeah.
Before the next time we play this, I will 100% make sure that I put anything useful you could possibly want in your inventory. It's basically like Sleeping Beauty. Make it blue, no, make it red. The dress, switching back and forth.
Yeah, right.
When I was little, I was like, how come they didn't make it purple? Alright, so try it out.
Try what at?
Sky Dash, whatever it's called. Sky Rapture. Sky Rapture.
I'm waiting for something to use it on first.
Just do it. Just live like this. Just Sky Rapture everywhere. Travel by Sky Rapture. What are you doing? It spends stamina to run. You could spend stamina to Sky Rapture.
Oh god, Adam. Looking for an enemy.
Well, it's a great way to travel. It's a high testosterone way to travel.
But it's more epic.
Isn't that fucking cool?
It's interesting, yeah.
I believe it pops them up. So if you do it in melee, I think it will carry them with you. Maybe I'm wrong. I know there's a way of like comboing it into something else, but it doesn't do a lot of damage.
Maybe you gotta do like strike onto Sky Rapture or something.
There's one that pops people up too, but I think Sky Rapture combos into itself. Like I think you can lift someone off the ground and blast them.
Where'd it go?
Yeah, because of the pre-order bonus ring you have, the that attack is always going to be higher DPS. See what happens if you use it point blank. See if it like yoinks them up.
Sure. Where am I going?
I think I didn't use a shield with this this class just because it looked cooler. Tusk Rapture, it's a shield uppercut. You might be right. I remember I popped someone up with another skill and then shot them with the Sky Rapture, but I think you can also just pop someone up with Sky Rapture. Oh, perfect.
Oh.
Well, I kind of figured it wasn't going to work, but...
Almost, maybe? Yeah, does it? I would think that most things hate fire.
Is there like an option in there somewhere to tell them to shut the fuck up about their sick combos? I'm pretty sure Miasma is a good dragon killer. Like once you get the dragon in it, pretty sure like grappling anything inside the Miasma does a shit ton of damage. It does a lot of damage to you, I'm pretty sure. I think you can hurt yourself with it. I remember being somewhat wary of using Miasma.
Got him. Get fucked.
So, if you play the game online, I could hire your pawn and then fire her and give a gift with it, and then I could give you stuff if you wanted anything.
Huh.
There's like select things you can give, but I think I can also give you a tip for having such a good pawn that helped me or something. So I can give you money or something. Apparently you can grapple a harpy and fly really high in the air. Does sound fun.
Yeah. Yes, you can.
Give her the ring, the dragon ring. The furthest I got was the court quest, where you have to prove someone's innocent or sneak into jail or whatever the fuck. It's a nightmare. And I would stop playing the game, and then like start playing it, try to do that quest, be like, no, this quest sucks, and then go kill the Cyclops and the Chimera in the woods, and go to the healing spring, and then map travel back. And then I'd stop playing the game again for like a year, because I didn't want to do that court quest. And that would be my experience with Dragon's Dogma over the many years since it has come out. Like, I got it when it launched on Steam, and I played it up to the court quest, and then I played it off and on, maybe once a year, just farming random stuff, or doing the Bitter Black Isles. But god damn, I hated that quest. And then, like, I think you you saw me playing the court quest. I was like, no, I'm doing it. I'm gonna beat the quest, Trisha. And you had no idea what I was talking about. I was like, I'm gonna finally beat it. And I did. Last time I played it, I finished the quest. And then I just, like, felt just, like, no motivation to keep on playing. Just in case I somehow hadn't beat the court quest. See if you can sky rapture someone. Yeah, you can! I was right! You can pop them up! Yeah, do it to somebody, do it to somebody. Boom! Oh, you switched targets too. Fancy. Look at you. Oh, did she cast miasma?
Maybe. I don't know.
Lady Waifu's acting a little special over there, so. Yeah! Oh. Still stabbing in the face. It's like, that's the best. That's one of the best, like, finishers on the ground, is to, like, just blast them up and then, you know, hit them at the space.
Yeah. Not too shabby.
I think that's one of my favorite battle mage abilities. It's like literally that ability in this game. I've never really seen it in any other form. But I feel like force magic makes some amount of sense for a battle mage.
Mm.
At higher, like, magical capabilities, it's a lot, like Magneto or something type of force magic, where he's like just crushing boats and stuff. It's a whole different thing, but, you know, low level. Okay, so that's definitely maybe miasma. To the left, down the cliff, I believe there's a Cyclops and a Vulture. Intriguing. This game really made monster hunting feel fucking cool. Like...
Alright then.
I hope they don't go woke with the next Dragon's Dogma.
You think they're gonna have a Type A, Type B?
I would assume. The whole Type A, Type B makes it even harder to connect with the character you're playing as, because it's just like, not even like, you're completely eschewing the illusion it's a person, and you're just like, this is one
It's
type
a
of
type.
body. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, man, where was it? Ah,
I
that's
shit
it.
you not, I had to pause the game from having a heart attack in my first experience with the Chimera.
Oh, wow.
I found a dead cow at night on the ground, and I look up to see its eyes glow, then charging.
Oh, God.
Yeah, the Chimeras are cool in this game. You know, the monsters, those like mini boss monsters, really good job. I just wish they.
Oh.
That was very exciting. I just wish everything else was better. Like, I found it hard to connect with the lore and the world. There's like some people that look like they fit in a medieval setting, and other people just kind of feel like face models, that they're just like...
Yeah, because they have like the randomizer on a bunch of characters and stuff.
Yeah, like, nothing feels super finely crafted in the NPCs. Like, yeah, like, like the innkeeper or whatever. It just looks so. The only one that looks good is that blonde lady who's like a merchant.
Ah, Big Booba.
Right. She looks like a character in an RPG. Everybody else kind of feels like just people that are like such people in a world that they like. It's so like it's almost like the
Oh,
opposite.
the
of,
rocks are back. Just for me.
Yeah. It's almost the opposite of a world being made for my benefit, and it's like a world that I don't even like doesn't even fit as like the game I'm supposed to be playing. Like they're from another game or something. It's also there's people that are really devoted to being a bandit.
Oh yeah.
It's like there's so many, and like I know they made.
And that's just the worst. Oh god.
Wow. He's
He got me in a wombo combo.
he's big brothering the shit out of you, just like using the same move over and over to piss you off.
That's what you do. Big brother, he's boyfriending me.
Well, it's like sometimes like I'll use a move and then like you'll get hit by it like so consistently that I'm just like it feels more unfair to not use the move than to like because if I don't use the move then like I can pull it out whenever I want and get a hit, but if I like make you learn how to fight against it, then you'll like be safe from it.
No, because I'm not assuming that you'll do the same move over and over again.
Well, I usually say like, all right, I'm just gonna keep on doing this so you can like figure it out. But
while laughing. A
no,
lot.
no, I do not.
I can hear you smiling.
You get way too mad for me to be like laughing while I'm doing stuff like that.
Oh, you laugh.
No,
Oh, you laugh.
I am but a humble teacher.
Oh, yeah.
Aren't you glad you have 2 skills now? Oh man, you could like fly.
Oh my god, these fucking arrows!
You could fly over the cliff to get him, right? You could like instead of walking around. Probably not. Probably would work.
Got him.
So how handsome have you made Sir Husbando this time?
He's quite handsome.
It's pretty good job.
I got a pretty lady waifu, which is so peculiar.
Yeah.
All these Dark Souls games, you know, you don't get used to pretty girls. Or, like, pretty characters that you play. Only, like, pretty NPCs that you can't control.
Yeah, if they do go for the Type A, Type B, I don't know... I don't know if I want to, like... pay for a game that does that.
Apparently it's, like, becoming more popular to do that in Japanese games in general. I don't know if that has to do with the woke stuff, or if there's just some other reason for it.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah.
If you know, with the
I
new,
prefer video games recognizing gender.
you know, like since it's a new fantasy game, it's gonna be hard for me to resist.
What did I
But
do?
I think what I'll probably do is
Get out of here.
pirate it to start, and then see how it is. If it's like bad or whatever. Then...
I just got knocked down, and the wolf's already like chewing my arm off.
They do that in Fire Emblem? Oh, man.
Is anyone casting heal? Or Where'd everyone go?
Mods are really the way that players can kind of remove that bullshit, but there's no good modding website because the Nexus is like
Yeah,
super
they
woke.
ban all the mods, right?
So like you have to, and then like I couldn't fucking believe it. ModDB was like a ghost town always, but ModDB at least had like some of the more like edgy mods. And then with the Spider-Man thing, people tweeted at their Twitter account and they were like, "Oh, we're for diversity, so we got rid of the Spider-Man mod that removes the pride flags." It's like, what the fuck? It's literally just taking the game version and from the Middle Eastern version that they sell and then putting English on.
Yeah, like it was already a part of the game. If you want to blame anyone, blame the game for having that as an option, but I mean, it's not that crazy.
And like Mod Nexus was like fucking psycho. They were like, "Oh, we checked his IP because he forgot to turn on his VPN, and
Oh, God.
and we banned his regular account because he's a coward trying to post it on like an alt account." It's like, well, clearly he was correct, like because you're a bunch of psychos. Like he was very correct in posting it on a different account. His only mistake was not turning on a VPN. We really need a good modding site. I always like fantasize about trying to like start one or whatever, and I just
Yeah.
I
We
don't
also we were talking about starting a site for like reviewing movies or comics or media and like saying whether or not it was woke or
yeah.
super social justice-y before people pay for
Because
it.
sometimes I want a review of like if it's good or not, but
But
nowadays
other times you want a review of like if it's cucky
Yeah.
or not.
nowadays that's all I want is I just want to know if it's like super woke. Because like I'm
I'm
okay
not
with
in the
watching
right
a
place.
bad movie. Like God forbid a movie is just bad. I kind
I
of just
should
want
not
like
be there.
a content warning. Like, is it written by someone who hates me, who is trying to put as many like messages in there to shame me for existing as possible? Like,
Go left.
I just need like vague content information. Like, is there super horrific like Goblin Slayer rape? Is there super woke shit? And then it's like
Yeah.
that's all I really kind of want to know.
Is there a bitchy woman who belittles the men around her?
You know, by the way, there's a lot of rape in like Hollywood movies.
Oh yeah, they love it.
And I feel like that's not an accident, considering like
It's considering that a lot of them turn out to be real rapists. Yeah.
yeah,
I think they fetishize that shit.
I think so. Because like
I think
getting
they think
away
it's
from
hot.
Hollywood entertainment, and then like you know, it's just like there's like a notable like absence of it. And for the most part in anime and manga too, they segregate that into like hentai. Like that's
Well, I don't
for the most part. When I was looking through just like
know. I've read a lot of manga, and a lot of them have like a lot of fetishes,
yeah, no,
just like integrated in there, you know.
yeah. I don't know, for some reason it always stands out as being bizarre, I guess. Well, I don't know. I guess it's just because you're like, oh, it's like anime, so it's like more weird anime stuff, but maybe I have like a different sensitivity to it when I see it in Western stuff, but
Maybe. Soup. Why would you do this?
that's why I didn't get the new Octopath Traveler game. I saw the characters and couldn't tell who was a dude or a girl.
Oh yeah, that's wonderful.
Mm.
Hey, there's the troll.
So Nexus is super woke. What's Game Banana? Is that a modding site?
Hey, look, sour grapes.
There's a show Big Mouth with sexualized kids.
I did hear that, yeah.
Also, the Mindy Scooby Doo.
Oh yeah, the Velma show. Awful.
Oh yeah. Is that a giant Cyclops? Oh fuck, yeah it is. Ooh, can you sky rapture and then grab onto him? Oh, that'd be so fucking diesel.
Oh, Lady Waifu already dead.
Oh, they grab. Oh.
Didn't
Wouldn't that be so cool though?
Whoop.
Oh, the
okay.
archer blasted you into space. I guess you have to kill the bandits that are somehow allied with the Cyclops.
I guess so.
Oh, there is a modding site called Game Banana.
Yeah. Heal me. Oh, fuck. That is like the strongest arrow I've ever fucking seen in my life.
I wonder if they're just giving it player skills, because there's probably a player skill to knock people back.
I bet they would do that, yeah. Hang on, let me eat my grapes. Oh. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Did she just come over here to die? Fuck up. God. Wow, that was the slowest stamina recovery I think I've ever seen in my life. Alright. What do I got? Yeah, sure. But what about... What was that hitbox?
Someone put up a better translation mod of Fire Emblem Engage and Game Banana removed it. So, is Game Banana also woke? Because I did my classic test of seeing, like, how much censorship there is and just type in Nazi in the search bar, and there was a lot of results, so... Game Banana is woke. There's a lot of Nazi mods for being a woke site. I guess it's just like poorly moderated.
I guess so.
There was also a bunch of anti-Nazi where they just have the swastika and then like a circle and a line through it.
Did I kill all the
I don't know what games.
bandits?
So.
Get up. Come on.
The only thing I know about Fire Emblem is that they released a various tea set. So like different teas for the different characters. That is something. Our friends sent us a picture of devil fruit juice. Okay, I guess it's... Have you killed all the archers that can blast you into space?
I think I have. Here, hear me.
No, she just flew. She must... Yeah, there's an archer.
Oh, you motherfucker! He was hiding. It was stealth.
Okay.
And I missed my chance to heal because of that fucker. God. I hate him!
Yeah, I don't know. That's not what an archer does.
I know!
Like, shouldn't that be a wizard or something that can blast you like that? Like, what the fuck? Or like a force mage. It's like something
Rook.
very, very specific. Because like arrows do not do that to people.
Heal me! What are you doing?
Ugh.
What are you doing? Ugh. Forget you. I have a large nut.
Yes, sir, Husbando does. Okay, so...
Oh, now? Now you want to hear me? Thanks.
Game Banana quietly removes King of Fighters. There's no way there's 15 King of Fighters. Oh, you can climb around to his eye and stab him in the eye. Oh, you have to break the, you have to get the helmet off first. So I don't even know, does it make sense to knock the helmet off? Like, or does it just make sense to stab him in the back until he dies? I never know with this stuff. You have really low stamina, you should get off.
Oh, gotcha.
I think the lightning is a good move for breaking the helmet, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Game Banana quietly removes King of Fighters 15 with Nazi mod outfit. I think it's also that they want to hide the fact the translations are inaccurate to protect the localizers. Nintendo took down a video talking about the translation mod. But localizers tend to be super woke, right? Like, I know Funimation changes a lot of dialogue to be like, toxic masculinity, or whatever, like, whatever the, like, talking point they want to talk about. That's a real, like, shame. You know, but honestly, stuff is getting better because people are way more, like, open about resisting this stuff. Whereas, like, used to be people were so terrified. You can regular attack and not spend stamina.
Yeah, I know. I just had this moment of thinking, like, man, it's just really gonna sit there and take it, huh? Slowly climb up to the depth. Whack away.
Yeah, I think stuff is getting better, but it's like there's still work to be done. I think like we need more resources out there. I think really what I should be doing is spending money commissioning mods. You know, like if I could find someone, I know like modding is specific to different games, but like if I ever commissioned a mod, I would want to have it. I would probably want to commission for a mod that's no longer getting DLC, so they don't just update it to break DLC, break mods. Unless, like, the mod creator is okay, like, or could teach me how to update it. Because some mods are just literally open the folder, change 1.3 to 1.4, and then you're updated. Like, just delete the number and change the number and it works. But I have a website, so I could host, like, whatever random-ass mods that I commission, like, on my website. In case it got banned from the Steam Workshop or something. There's also a website for banned mods. I think it's literally just called Banned Mods at Blogspot. But since it's not like, since it's not hosted on its own server, it's more, you know, it's more risky. I know a lot of websites have trouble because they, you know, they have people harassing them by contacting whoever hosts their servers. And I don't know what my brother was setting up with. Knowing my brother, it's probably the kind of company you couldn't even contact to complain about stuff. Like,
That sounds about right.
Yeah, they don't speak any English. If there's a problem, there's nothing you can do about it. Just file a refund form or something.
I did it.
I'm positive it was the America branch of Nintendo that took down the video. Yeah, I mean, because it makes America and Nintendo look bad, you know.
Oh wow.
Is it any...
Disintegrated quite quickly.
No. And make sure you pick
It's
up
the
the stuff.
circle of life.
Because, like, one of your weapons needs a tusk to upgrade. So that you get them from those guys, I think. Is anyone else seeing a lot of Japanese to English translation jobs being offered? Or is it just in the Philippines? I don't know. Is Filipino similar to Japanese in any way?
I don't think it is.
Or is it just, do people sometimes know it over there because it's nearby?
Guess I'm going the right way.
I think Nintendo should ditch the America branch. Yeah. I mean, their version of localizing, if their version of localizing is just making stuff more woke, you're literally making stuff not sell. And, like, you know, this whole ESG nonsense is gonna disappear, and then it's gonna be like, you know, it's gonna be like having flown on Fuck Island's plane, you know. Whatever the guy was that totally killed himself in the jail cell. He hung himself so good that there were signs of struggle.
Hi.
Yeah, so in case you're not aware of why people do woke stuff, there's apparently an investment firm called BlackRock, which will tell people that have, I believe, and again, I am not a financial person, so at least 40% of this information is probably not accurate, but I'll just explain it to how my understanding of it, and I'm sure I don't quite understand the complexity of the financial system. So BlackRock controls so instead of a bank account, you can put into an investment account, and they will invest for you, but it has no risk because they'll guarantee how much money you'll make by only investing in very surefire things. And so if you do lose money, they will back it up, right? So lots of people put their money in those things instead of going with the interest that the bank gives, because it's slightly higher.
Fair.
And it doesn't have the stress of the stock market. Safe investment, makes sense to put your money in there, whatever. BlackRock controls a lot of that money, and they rank which companies to invest in that are surefire things based on their ESG score, which is environmental, social, good, or whatever. So when you see advertisements for brands that almost exclusively appeal to white people, and then they show the models, like, wearing the clothes are, like, all black, or especially black people with, like, that crazy skin condition, or, like, you can't even tell what gender they are, or they're, like, hideous, right? Those are always because they're trying to raise their ESG score. ESG score is just wokeness. It stands for something social and environmental or whatever, but Elon Musk has a score of 0 in environmental, and he has an electric car company. So clearly it doesn't have to do with anything but wokeness. So because that company, in the 2008 like crash or whatever, they got a ton of power when all the other banks were crashing, and so they have a ton of money that they will just flood into pressuring companies to go woke, and it's 100% worked, right? Because like every company bends to it, despite their sales going down. And like, you know, there's like I was watching like an Arch Warhammer thing. He was like, I didn't understand all the times I was mocking companies for losing sales money and thinking they were going to change. I didn't get it because they weren't looking for sales money. They knew the sales were going to go down. They wanted the free money to just pour in. And so it's like, you know, it's just a house of cards, like super anti-capitalist, like just manipulating the system and like whatever.
Corruption.
It's very silly, and there's different like people talking about dismantling it. Like I saw a couple articles from like no-name governors of different states that were like they want to dismantle it or outlaw it or seek legal repercussions, sue them or arrest the people involved. Like use different state powers to just arrest them outright.
Jeez, a lot of blood came from my body from that slight fall.
You ever twist your ankle and just like sever your femoral artery at the same time?
Yeah, really. Where am I going?
I don't know.
I'm completely fucking lost. It's somewhere in here. In this general area, I suppose.
Oh, I remember this quest. Yeah, I was here for a while.
Yeah.
I would save.
Good point.
Just for pure like superstition, because I'm pretty sure my like game crashed or something when I was here, and I had to go all the way back. There's a golem around here, but
Let's
it's
see.
like impossible to kill without your current build.
So
Like you need sword and
in
board to kill it.
there, in that tower, I think.
Environmental
But I thought it was
social
already
governance.
in that tower.
Would it make me a bad person if I use the death note on these people? On these people, in quotes. I don't think I can answer that question.
The FBI might be watching. You know that based is an extremist word for the FBI.
Oh, what I'm implying is that companies might be looking for translators in Asian countries because there's a good chance they're not woke. Very interesting.
Okay. So the marker's in this. But I don't see.
Did Harvey Weinstein
anything
kill himself?
Here. Harvey Weinstein? I wouldn't have heard anything about that if that was true. Oh. I did not see this. Okay. Probably because it's super duper dark. Alright, Stairway to Nowhere. We're making progress.
But there's a Steen in there, Epstein, yeah. Yeah, Jeffrey Epstein.
Epstein. Platforming time. Hey. Alright, I did it.
Oh, I remember this. I was just I gave up on the quest and was just exploring places that I figured they didn't want me to go, and then I was like, oh wow, they stuck a secret over here. And then I open it and I'm like, that was the quest? Are you out of your fucking mind? Who's gonna go there?
Yeah, right. I didn't even notice the fucking stairway to get up there first. Because it, like, just
I used
breaks
levitate
off.
to get there. I was hopping different places.
The screen is, like, so dark, too. It's pretty crazy.
Well, you can light a torch, too. Yeah,
I
okay.
have a lantern, but, you know, I
Okay.
don't want to keep on collecting oil for that.
Okay. Well, why don't you use the lantern? Because no one can see, including me.
I can sort of see.
Yeah, but why don't you use the lantern until you're out of oil and then never use it again? How about that? Instead of never using the oil and never running out of oil. Use the lantern until you're out and then just never refill it.
As soon as I start using the lantern, it's going to be daytime. And then you know what's going to happen? I'm going to forget that the lantern is on.
Okay. Chat, remind me to remind Trisha that the lantern is on when daytime comes. I also don't expect you to be able to stand this game for long enough to run out of oil. Because you haven't even gotten to that court quest, and God, I just...
Well, I just started playing.
Yeah, no, it's, yeah. This game has, like, some areas that are so fucking good, but the whole thing doesn't come together, you know? Like, I don't care about the world, I don't care about the lore, I don't care about the characters, but man, when you come across you come across a chimera in the woods, you're like, fuck, this is epic, you know? This is one of those games where I'm just so fucking pumped for the sequel. It will break my heart if this sequel is like Type A, Type B, and then like, dude, there was a new game that came from the people who made Neo, and they had a section in character creation that was select your gender pronouns. It literally said gender pronouns, and I was like, I'm not gonna buy that fucking game.
That doesn't make any sense.
If that game is so good that I need to play it, I'll pirate it. There's no way I'm giving someone money and doing that shit.
Yeah, that is crazy.
FBI wouldn't know it was me using the Death Note.
Oh god. Oh my god, I hate that. I hate the grab mechanic, honestly.
Yeah, I think it was Wo Long. I know you retracted. I don't know you changed it, but I think it was something like that. Yeah. That was the thing with the gender pronouns. I just like.
How many pronouns did they allow you to choose from, or do you just type it in?
I have no idea. I just saw that and I was like, I'm fucking out of here.
Yeah.
I saw the Twitch streamer that was doing it was like, he was clearly some like old school metalhead, but he streams on Twitch. He makes his money on Twitch.
Bugged.
And like whenever something happens and it's like something woke and he knows he's supposed to be doing something else, I see this just fucking weakness and I just hate it. I don't hate him, but I can't stand that fear and like the. I just don't want to.
You need to be surrounded by strong people to make yourself feel strong. You know?
Yeah, like I just don't want to experience that. So it's like, so. Yeah, like I was watching like some VOD and he was like, imagine if someone was imagine if a speedrunner was playing a GDQ and then they just cursed while they were playing. They're like, fuck. And he's like, oh, you know what? Actually, the worst thing you could possibly say, Games Done Quick, is, oh man, this is so gay. And then he was so uncomfortable. He was scared, like people were gonna cancel him, and it was just like, man, just stop being a fucking bitch. And like I get it, like, oh, you make all your money on a platform that hates you and wants you to act a certain way, but it's just like, man, that was a trap, wasn't it?
I thought it was a challenge.
But I don't know. Did it get triggered? There's definitely a chimera around here. I totally remember finding a chimera around here. Yeah. Because sometimes you just like meet people that are just fucking like. They're just badasses in their like regular ass life, and it just makes living a little bit easier. You know, it just like makes the world just feel better. And I just, like... Yeah. You run into people like that in real life, and it just, like... It makes me, like, it just puts things in perspective. Like, I feel like I shouldn't act scared and stuff. Because, like, the effect of me acting scared, I gotta assume is, like, the opposite of the good feeling I get from... someone who's just kind of has balls. I identify as transparent. My pronouns are was and were. Was and where.
Oh, that's good. I like that. Solid jokes in the chat. Not today, lizards! Skippy scum!
That's a super bizarre fetish, right? The scalies. I don't get that at all.
I don't get any of the furry shit.
I saw this like post that was like, it was for a sequel to Divinity, Original Sin 2. That was the one that really popped off. And so someone was like asking like what would be in Divinity 2 or Divinity 3 or something. And someone was like, I don't care as long as there's cute lizards. And I was like, holy shit.
That's really funny though. As long as there's cute lizards.
I thought the same thing, but I was just like, how does that even happen? Like, how do you... I don't know, like...
How do you see that and think, I would fuck?
Because, like, the other kind of, like, bestiality where it's, like, other mammals, there's, like, the Lion King and stuff, I guess, and then, like, you interact with, like, mammals, like cats and dogs, so there's a chance that you could just I don't know, something could cross in your head or something, but...
Sure. I get that.
Scaly should be tarred and feathered. No, we're not looking... I don't think they're looking for realistic dinosaurs, man. I think they want to be tarred and scaled.
Alrighty.
Dude, the treatment that furries get, do you want to fight a golem? I know where one is. Just, I don't think it gives you anything good. It's just fun if you wanted to fight one. It's also kind of a miserable fight. They have specific weak points and stuff.
Maybe next time. Let me finish this quest first before I forget what I'm doing. Ugh. Alright, so I'm going this way. Yeah, the run should definitely be a button. I don't know what they were thinking with the you have to stop moving to stop running. It's so awkward. It even looks awkward.
Your lantern's on. Just telling you, so I'm just telling you to help you.
I know. Good boy.
Yeah, I see a lot more people that are much more comfortable speaking out against stuff. Like, even on Instagram, you see people just, like, saying that they disagree with stuff all over the place, you know? And they don't get banned. Like, there's, like, big accounts that are just, like, they're just straight up right-leaning and they don't get censored. And, like, you know, at one point, like 2016 or whatever, censorship was, like, super heavy. It was, like, people will get banned just for being conservative, not even, like,
Well, they
doing
didn't want
anything
Trump to
bad.
win.
Oh,
Because that was
okay.
the election year.
I got it.
That's, yeah.
And then even afterwards, there was a lot of, like...
They were like, oh, we can't let people think that other people like this guy.
Yeah, the censorship was extremely strong back then.
Yeah, it, like, comes in waves, I think. They try to not do it all the time, because then you're just, like, sparking a lot of hatred. So they try to do it in, like, brief waves with the censorship.
I'm hoping that people are less inclined to think of getting banned as they did something wrong. Like, thinking about some kind of internet, like, social media service.
I mean, sometimes you do something wrong, but sometimes it's just because of...
The question should be, how did you get... Like, the question I always ask, and, like, the people that I've always associated with have been, like... What they always ask is, like, oh, how'd you get banned? Not, what did you do wrong, you know?
Yeah, right.
It's, like, a different sort of...
That's fair.
Thing. Like, my uncle is, like, super into, like, retarded conspiracy theories, and so he got banned on Facebook or something, and my aunt was acting as though he had done something bad, and I was like,
That's
I told her, I was like, I'm incredibly disturbed and, like, fearful for the future of America that you think that he did something wrong. Like, I was, like, very direct about it. Like, usually I kind of have to talk about that stuff.
Some people are just super into the conspiracy theories, man.
And I was like...
Sometimes that's just fine. It's like believing in, like, aliens or shit, you know?
And I was like, I asked him, like, what the post was that, like, got flagged or whatever.
Right.
And then I was like, well, that's obviously retarded, but I think it's disturbing that you were censored. Like... Is it, like, you know, it's just like...
And now you're getting me, like, curious what post got him censored.
I can't remember now. He couldn't remember at first, and then it took him a while to like remember what one it was. I know his current thing is that the war in Ukraine is Donald Trump and Putin are working together to take down the deep state because the deep state's base is in Ukraine.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like some real comic book garbage, but
Yeah.
I mean, Putin is going to war with Ukraine because he's worried about the social influence of the. I was going to say the left. I mean, he termed it as the West, but the left is what he's worried about.
How the tables have turned.
Yeah.
Now the left is too lefty for Russia.
Yeah. And like I know the president of Ukraine was like, "Oh, we'll take in Syrian refugees to help, like help out, the world since we're so thankful to the, Europe for helping us here." And I was like, "Man, is there even a point in you winning the war? Like, oof. I can just imagine the morale drop is like shit like." That would make me want to surrender so that we take less casualties before, and then so there's more people to deal with like rape gangs and stuff. Like that's not at all like.
Do I really have to fight these harpies every single time?
This is exactly why you need map travel. Shit's awful. Oh, you're
It's
so high
bad
level
enough.
they just die in one hit, so it's fine. Ish.
Well, I got the spell on my sword. I mean, like, it's bad enough that I can't run to the place where I need to go to because my stamina will run out. But I also gotta, like, refight these enemies every single time. I can see why people would not finish this game.
Either the dude Tim Pool got the episode with Alex Jones taken down, or it didn't happen. I don't know what that means. That was very cinematic. That should be the thumbnail. Stabbing towards the camera like a superhero.
Yeah, that's great.
It's amazing. Isn't that such a good ability?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Doesn't do a lot of damage, but it looks cool, doesn't it? It also stun locks because you can always keep on lifting him up. As long as that thing with the big guy didn't happen. Doesn't happen, rather. I think there's a passive that keeps you from being knocked down as the big two-handed class. But the two-handed class is like so miserable, like I don't think you'd like it. You move very slow.
Oh, okay. Oh. I'm already used to moving slow, so any slower than this would be quite painful, yeah.
I never know who is good and who is bad between Russia and Ukraine. Well, Russia's definitely in the wrong, but
Right.
The left's influence in Ukraine isn't good for Ukraine, so...
It's like both countries have problems. I wouldn't just label a whole country as being quote unquote good. On like the scale of evil, Russia would be like a little tilted. But,
Yeah, there's always
there's always issues,
Yeah, there's always different aspects of different countries is good and other aspects are bad.
Right.
The further Russia goes from the Soviet Union, the better off they are.
Correct.
But
Oh yeah, the harpy went all the way over there. While I just passed it, and Rook is getting dead. Ow, my fire is hot. Oh, now my fire is yours. I was about to say, that would be really funny if she just walked into her own fire and was like, ow, my fire hot.
How about carpet bomb both countries? You can't carpet bomb Russia, it's too big. It's too much surface, and so much of it could just very easily be a nature preserve. So no one's there. They just have vast swaths of uninhabited territory, especially after all like Stalin's purges, just wiping out like different communities all over the place. Like there was a whole community of Germans that lived in Russia called the Volga River Germans, and they were all wiped out and put in mass graves because they,
Oh.
to prevent racism.
Sure.
They were in support of ethnic cleansings in order to prevent racism.
Yep.
Because any category that could divide you was a problem because they wanted everyone to be communists as their first identity.
Yeah.
So if you had a primary identity of having a race or anything, then it would be a problem. A race or a location, so they would forcibly move people too. They would like make people transplanted into different areas.
Yeah.
Especially to mix up dynamics. Like if they force you to move to another town where you're kind of a stranger from everybody, it's hard for you to build up a resistance and whatever. So they also did the same thing when they like got new territory. They would like make Russians move in and be the majority. Well, I think like yeah. I've heard that racism as a term is Marxist, but I think I learned that from school, so take that with a
Yeah,
grain of salt.
right. Can't really trust everything you learn in a liberal arts college.
Yeah, so I don't know. Is Russia going back to its Soviet Union roots? Well, with the war, they're following Soviet Union doctrine. They're killing civilians. So, you know, it would be hard to say Russia is the good guys taking down the deep state when they're very clearly killing civilians. Like, you know.
And putting the undesirables on the front lines.
Oh yeah, they're
with
causing.
BB guns.
Yeah, so they're doing ethnic cleansings by sending their racial minorities to the front. But because the soldiers they're sending in lack a like racial connection, like they're not both Slavs, the fighting is more brutal. So, like they sent like their Asian minority from the northeast in, and it was a battalion of all Asians who committed all those crazy war crimes, killing people and putting the bodies in the street like decapitated. Like they tied up people and killed them in the middle of the road and stuff.
Jesus.
Yeah. So there was like, you know, New York Times very upset about the war crimes until they realized it was done by Asian people, and then it's on to the next thing. It's
yeah. Very upset about the
I mean,
school
also,
shooting until
I would be upset because it's probably not that. Is that a bandit or a? I think that's a regular guy.
You know, they all look the same after a while.
I mean, they do have casually walking bandits when you're in the middle of combat, so it's kind of.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would be pissed if I realized that I was part of an ethnic cleansing and like they were sending me to go kill people that were gonna go kill me, as part of trying to get me killed, and then having a super incompetent military system. Like, yeah, I'd be pissed. It's like.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So, Russia's bad. Also, Ukraine has a lot of, like, you know, slavery. Like, people getting sold into, like, slavery and stuff. It's like, not that doesn't happen in Russia. It definitely happens in Russia, too. It's just...
Sweet. I've completed the quest.
Woo. It's just basically, it's a shit show but, all around. It's hard to, you know... But yeah, no, I mean, Russia is definitely more in the wrong than Ukraine in this conflict, but, you know...
You know what, let's see if we can get some plate mail. I think we can.
But, like, with all the Western influence on Ukraine, I kind of... And I don't even want to say Western, like, leftist influence on Ukraine because of all the war aid. I kind of worry about what's going to happen to Ukraine if they win rather than if they lose. I mean, if they lose, they'll probably all be dead because it doesn't look like Putin's interested in having Ukrainians exist. Like even in a not their even like not just military, like wiping out their people as like a people and just controlling the land. Because they have been massacring people, like really like really targeting them like very intentionally, like spending military effort to kill civilians, not just like using up. Ukraine shelled Donbass for 8 years, killing thousands. I literally don't have any knowledge of that event.
I know there's a lot of corruption in Ukraine.
You could be totally correct. I honestly, I don't know. I try not to learn too much about stuff I can't control. I believe you though. I could totally believe there was civilians getting killed in because in a liberal arts school they teach you about Persepolis, but they don't teach you about the sacking of Athens,
Oh, did they not just have normal plate mail?
A friend of mine is convinced that kids can be born with Down syndrome if the parents are 35 or 40. I know autism can be caused by having a very old parent, like a father that's like in their 70s or something. I don't know what's with Down syndrome though. By the way, this game has an FOV slider if you haven't noticed. Fuck yeah. So Persepolis I only learned about because there's a metal song, which has some like sick lyrics. Was it Persepolis or Persepolis? Persepolis, take the torch and spread the fire. It's like the big like chorus. It was a town that it was a city that got completely razed to the ground. Like they took out hammers and smashed the rocks. Like they completely leveled it. I think it was Alexander the Great or something like that. It was in revenge for the sacking of Athens, where they like knocked down a bunch of statues essentially. I think a lot of people were like were evacuated. I don't think a lot of civilians died in the sacking of Athens, but the city was like really trashed. Like the symbol of like Athens is like a very beautiful city, and it was even more beautiful at the time, allegedly, and like their whole sort of that horn over there. I needed that.
You needed this?
Yeah, I needed 50 of those to upgrade something. I don't know what it was.
50 horns?
So like I guess you would pay that guy to replicate 1 million war bugles to upgrade your thing. Or maybe it was 50 flags or something. I don't know. What are you trying to replicate?
I was just seeing what it was.
Iconoclasm.
I was just seeing like what I could replicate. Well, yeah, looks like it's weird. I don't see like a hero's plate mail chest piece to go along with the greaves, but either way, I can afford like either. So, I guess we keep on grinding until we can get Sir Husbando looking like himself. I gotta say, I have not found really much use for the shield.
Yeah, I would unequip it because it doesn't look that cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes no sense, but if you want to be stylish, maybe.
Is there a styling shield I can have on my back?
So
does he have a shield?
What I used, you should probably put your sword away. They seem upset. What I used the shield for was getting rid of bats and harpies, but you seem to have no problem with them. I haven't seen you get pissed off even once, but I got very pissed off at bats. So, yeah.
Brilliant. Here's some of the shields.
270,000 gold.
Hellfang. It won't even show me what this looks like.
That's only for the regular warrior.
Still, though, you can show me what it looks like. I can always change my class.
Very true.
You fucking
But yeah, I think
brilliant.
they destroyed like the buildings of.
This would be a nice shield if it didn't have an ugly ass face on it.
Yeah. So they destroyed the buildings of Athens, and like the Athenians had like this big motivation of like beauty and stuff because their god is like war and like Athena being like beautiful but also warlike, etc. I don't know. I don't pretend to know to be able to quite understand the zeitgeist or the ethos of Athenians. I would like to learn, but anyway. Yeah, they fucked up Persepolis. And then there's like some, there's a bunch of like mopey leftist stuff that you encounter about Persepolis. And my response was always the same. That song is fucking sick, dude.
What?
Whenever someone talks about Persepolis, I always just say that song is sick.
Oh.
That's a super sick song. And then they leave me alone. Because it's just like, it's so sideways to the debate, but I clearly don't care what they're saying.
Right. It's unfortunate. I have money, but just nothing quite cool enough to spend it on. I can sell all these fucking shitty wolf pelts, right?
You were right about the pronouns in Wolong. Crap. Yeah, I wish I wasn't right about it, but there was a post in the Steam forums that was like super harrowing. It was like, this is what happens when you don't gatekeep. You lost this. You could have had it and you lost it, and you should have done something. And it was like,
Oof.
he's like, this is what happens when you don't keep out freaks from your from the things you like. It's like, yeah, gatekeeping is good. Wow, that's an expensive bandit mask. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
right? What is it, coated in gold?
Alright. You have tons of money and nothing to buy. It's a shame that, it's a shame you can't use your sick loot drops on, Horizon Quest.
Yeah, right.
It was pretty funny, someone sent in to Bethesda. They sent in bottle caps to buy the collector's edition of Fallout 4. Like 2 days after it was announced, the giant shipment of bottle caps arrived of this guy who'd been saving his collection of bottle caps just so he could try and buy the collector's edition with it.
Ooh,
And they were like, we're gonna give this guy his collector's edition, but only because he was the first one. No one else send your stinky beers, your bottle caps stinking of beer to our offices. We don't want any more. This is disgusting. It's like very clever. We kind of joked that someone might do this, and someone actually did, but they only the first one, no more. Like,
It's pretty funny.
cute. Adam Baldwin? You mean Alec Baldwin?
Oh, the guy who shot somebody?
Yeah, apparently they did file charges.
Good.
Yeah, they should. I mean,
Yeah.
when you say, how about I shoot you and then you shoot someone, it's worth
It's worth looking into, yeah.
Also, he owns the production company, so it's not like, oh, someone else should have... It's like, no, they work for you.
Yeah.
You should have been making sure your
He
employees were
was
doing their job.
as responsible for that as you could possibly
Yeah,
be.
yeah, he literally... like,
He had all the
he
responsibility.
was holding the gun, he didn't check it. He pulled the trigger when the scene didn't even call for him pulling the trigger.
Yep. He said, I'm gonna shoot you. And then shot someone.
Man. The poor girl who got killed, it's just like...
Yeah.
And like...
Looks like the visor's done.
Yeah.
Well, I'm probably gonna...
Hot off the presses.
Yeah.
Buy it. And look at that, we got a doggo?
Oh, the
Is your
puppy
doggo
wants
gonna
to
say
join
hi?
us?
You wanna say hi to stream?
Yeah, puppy.
Come. Don't go for free, Trisha pets. You gotta work for your pets. You gotta come over here. Say hi to Street. Oh hello. Oh hello. Oh.
Is that a happy doggo?
Hi. Oh hello. Oh. Oh hello.
Oh, Gertie, do you need to be trained? You've been causing trouble lately. This one. Believe it or not, this cuddle monster over here.
Yeah.
Causing us trouble.
My parents were like super opposed to like punishing the dog for anything. And so whenever I would scold the dog, they would go oochie goochie goo, even when he was peeing in the house.
Yeah.
So I was like, so my mom goes to the bathroom in the morning, you know, and then he goes over to the door of the bathroom and like hears her going to the bathroom, so he starts peeing on the door to the bathroom. And then she comes out and I'm like, he just did this, like, you have to yell at him or he's going to do it tomorrow morning too. And then like big delay, and then she starts yelling at him, so he's like, all, so whenever there's like any yelling, he's like so confused as to like, because he's had really like that's the only like negative reinforcement he's really gotten. His understanding is that if he gets yelled at for something, he can go to someone else to be a good boy. So obviously this is a problem when he gets off the leash and then he won't come back to, you know, my mom, because he's like, well, I can just go to a stranger across the road and it'll be fine. So like he does all sorts of stuff as long as there's something exciting to do. And like my dad is bad too. Like he'll give him a treat if he doesn't do the trick. If he just
He'll give
keeps
him
on
all the treats.
Yeah, if he just keeps on staring at him. And like I finally convinced him for the first time to not give him treats because I want to try and actually train him. But like every night he puts 5 treats into like a toy for him to eat. And so like every night he just eats treats for free. And then like he'll do these tricks where it's like putting a treat in each hand and then like having him like pick a hand to like nuzzle, but he's not trying to guess which hand has the treats. He just keeps on picking a hand until he just gives it to him, and he'll guess wrong, and then my dad will just give him the treats, you know. So there's no training. It's just like giving him treats. So he's trained specifically to disobey and he can get treats, and it's just
basically.
like, yeah. So he's a terribly trained dog, but he's so timid that if something is going wrong, right? Someone drops chocolate on the ground, you can just scream and he'll stop. And so because he's so timid and like easily trainable, he's gone untrained completely. So this is like a completely rabid dog. You're a rabid wild dog.
Rabid dog.
But yeah, he's almost too cute for his own good, because
One of the first like trainers that your mom hired is supposed to be the
Dude,
positive
that
reinforcement
pissed me
trainer.
off so much.
And all she did was click a thing and give Gergie treats, and
one
then
after another, yeah, just
Yeah.
continuously give him treats.
and there
then-
was no other lesson.
So
That was
I-
just
I
like,
finally
okay, we're done for the day.
I
Like,
finally
what?
figured
you
out-
didn't do anything.
I finally figured out what that was. So if you're blind, you can train a dog by using a clicker, because you might not be able to make eye contact to go like oochie goochie goo.
Sure.
That's what those are. They're for blind people. A dog trainer told me that.
I've
'cause
heard some people use a clicker for a positive reinforcement on a dog. Because,
Yeah,
I've
but-
been watching those Crufts dog
Yeah, but
videos. But it's not... So I get she was trying to, like, link the click with something positive. Sure, but if that's all she was doing. She wasn't actually
Yeah.
doing any training.
so like I had like a Snapple or something, something with a cap that popped. It wasn't a Snapple, but it was something else. And I was just like playing with the top after I like took it off. I was like ticka 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 ticka. He runs over, right?
Thinking he's gonna get
And
a
then
treat.
I'm like, oh god. And so I go like, oh, so I tell him to sit, and he just gets more insistent to like push against me to get the free treats.
Yeah, that's another thing. You can relate a positive response to something without it being food.
Yeah.
Like she could have just as easily been like saying goodbye and petting him with the click.
And they were so indignant. They were so indignant about like it's like, oh, well, you don't know everything. It's like, I definitely know more than you. And I said that. I was like, I 100% know way more about training dogs than you because you And so you pay this lady like a bunch of money, and then like my mom's like, well, she can't walk the dog because the dog will try to escape, So it's like she can't walk the dog anymore by herself because the dog's so poorly trained. So like people have to go with her.
You.
So.
Yeah, you're now good on walks, as it turns out, Gergie.
So then she's like, oh, can you train him? And I was like, oh, can I train him? You're gonna have to pay me. You're gonna have to pay me clicker lady money. She was like, I don't know how much I paid her. I was like, well, you gotta figure it out because that's all I want. I want her money. I want the clicker lady.
I want you to call her up, take the money back, and give it to me.
In fact, if you could just take the money back and throw it in a pit, that's all I want.
That would be better.
that would be way better than getting paid for it.
Yeah.
But it's been impossible to train the dog because if I ever scold him for doing something, other people, like either one of my parents, my mom has kind of stopped doing it, but my dad will go, oh, he doesn't know. No matter what it is, no matter how serious the situation, it's always like oochie goochie goo, no matter how bad it is. Sometimes it's like serious, like there's something on the floor they can't have, or like
knocking over kids,
or like he'll have like thorns in his face, right?
Yeah.
And I have to take them away, but he doesn't want to stay still, and so my dad will like distract him and he'll like go running over to him, but it's like it's gonna stab my hands if I don't I'm like in there trying to get it out of his face.
He just keeps on rubbing his face in thorns like a dumb dog.
Or like if we want him to not jump on somebody, you could feasibly just be like, don't do that. But
yeah.
Yes, he's a four-legged titty.
Now, basically, the most we've been able to do with Gergie is just like put him in the crate so he can't do more of the wrong thing. But that's not a long-term solution.
Swindling your mother? Shit, dude. No, I just want like I don't even want the money.
I just want it out of that other lady's hands.
I just want some amount of like equilibrium because it was so infuriating because I know how to train dogs and she like was like, no, like I don't like how you train dogs, you yell at them, and it's like
that's how you train them.
You have to like and it's like, but he doesn't know any better, and it's like it's not a person. It's a doggy. It's a doggy.
That's why you gotta train him so that he knows better.
Yeah, like dogs enjoy knowing like what they're supposed to do to be a good dog. Like dogs try to be good dogs,
Yeah.
Like dogs, they like having their little place in like the hierarchy or whatever. And it's like he's a very timid dog, so like for example, he likes his place in the hierarchy as not having to fight stuff. Like he's not a very tough doggy. And so when he's on walks with my mom, he feels super scared because he doesn't think that there is anyone that's going to protect him. So like
so then he has to step up as the protector.
Yeah. So like our previous dog was a tough guy. But this guy's not. And so like I don't like him to bark at stuff.
He barks quite a bit now. He didn't bark. He didn't bark at all when like we first had him. And then, like, he was trained into barking at, like, everything.
And I was very stern about it. I was like, you cannot allow him to bark because it's going to cause him more stress.
Yeah.
He's going to start shaking because he doesn't want to be barking and stuff. Because if you allow the dog to bark, that means that it's his job to do something about whatever it is. But God help us if this dog is going to try and defend the house. Because he is not a very tough dog.
No, he's not.
And like going oochie goochie goo when he barks, it's just
a bad idea. Because
Cause,
then he just keeps barking.
Because it really does cause him anxiety when there's like, stuff. Like if someone's going up the stairs, he'll bark because they reward him for it. So he thinks he's supposed to.
Like any noise he'll bark at. Just like anything.
Yeah, and I always yell at him if he barks.
Yeah.
So he thinks, I guess sort of appropriately, okay, so everyone else will not keep me safe except for Adam. And so I will just bark at everything and be in terror for my life unless he is around. And so when something goes wrong, he climbs under my desk. But it would be
Another thing worth training in Gurgi is that so he knows the word no.
yeah.
Because I don't think I've ever heard anyone in like besides you say it to him.
Our first dog, both of my parents didn't like him when we first got him, and then he grew on them. So when we first got him, me and Brian trained him, and then they untrained him. But they loved him the second they saw him, and so he has been completely
He's
untrained.
been completely spoiled and untrained. Yes.
So like my brother is like good with dogs, but like he'll pull on walks like pretty constantly with my mom, and it just like it causes her like joint problems. Like she went to the doctor or whatever because it like it's getting yoinked out of the socket, kind of like it was like a stress pull or whatever.
You know, you have to hold the leash with like two hands like that.
Well, if the dog pulls, yeah. With me, he doesn't go to the end of the leash. He just like goes
They
in
say
front of
that
me.
it's a good habit in general to
Yeah, it
keep
is.
the leash tight so that like the dog can feel that you're on the other end. Because otherwise, it'll just think that it has free range and yank at sudden times.
Hey, Joseph. He's a Wheaten Terrier, a soft-coated Wheaten Terrier, and I must say,
He's a carpet.
he is very soft. He is you probably can't tell from just seeing him, but his fur is very soft.
He's as soft as a dog can be while still being hyperallergenic.
Some dogs have like a kind of prickly spot on their back, so that if something bites them in the back, like they'll be okay. Like I think German Shepherds have that. He's got nothing. It's all soft.
All soft.
There was some Victorian like drop it is a good thing to teach. If I just yell at him, he'll drop whatever he has in his mouth. So he's trained for me, but like he's not trained for anybody else. Like he thinks of it like when I'm around Adam, I have to do certain things.
Yeah, it's like
And when
different
I'm
rules
around-
for different people.
Yeah, but like really, he should think of it just kind of as like his.
The world.
The world doesn't want him to eat off the table. The
Right.
world doesn't want him to eat chocolate. The world doesn't want him to poo-poo in the house. But this guy poops in the house whenever it's convenient. So he's been trained not to pee in the house, but he hasn't really been trained not to poop in the house. He knows that he can't poop near me, which is useful because I don't want to have to clean up his poop.
He hasn't gone in the house for a while now, so I guess that's a good sign.
Right. But it's always like, like once a year he poops in the house, which is like manageable.
Once a year too many, but
Yeah, it's manageable, but it's definitely too many times. Like he pooped in my parents' bed. And it's just like, and he's just.
You should know better, Kurt. You should.
Yeah, it's just. What's your opinion on Caesar Milan? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have any idea.
Caesar Milan. Why does that sound familiar?
I think he's the dog trainer guy.
Oh. Yeah,
Well,
I remember watching that.
You wanna take the
Yeah, I'll take the
laptop?
laptop.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kirky. I'm
Oh, it's your little buddy.
You
He's
guys,
so comfy.
You guys probably can't hear it, but he also purrs like a cat.
He moans.
He goes like,
Yeah.
when you start
He
scratching
has a
him.
very funny howl. I wouldn't mind it if he kept howling, but I'm not liking the barking.
I'd like to train him to howl all the time, because his howl is very funny.
His howl is very funny.
He's
got an old man moan.
The more stress you put on a dog, the shorter they live because of the heart strain. But, Gurgi is a very cute howl, so I don't know.
Oh, gives you a little reactionary.
Gurgi, would you die for entertainment? Would you have a little doggy heart attack?
No. You gotta stop barking. Yeah, it's too much stress on you, bud.
Should replace it with howling.
Yeah. Instead, if we could train him to howl at stuff instead of bark.
If we could just train him to howl as like a trick, it'd be like, Gurgi, sing! And then have him sing. I have it on my phone. he didn't like this ornament or something.
Feliz Navidad.
It was like a Snoopy that sings Feliz Navidad. It was so funny. He was just like.
He doesn't do it anymore though. He knew that
Nah,
we were
he
making
doesn't.
fun of him.
I don't know. I don't understand why not.
We gotta get him to do it again for camera. We need a full video of just him howling. Oh. That's alright, buddy.
I was trying to train him to go to different people
Yeah.
instead of like just come and be like go to mom and then have him go over to my mom, obviously. But I was trying to show my dad how to train the dog because he likes like my dad can't eat all the stuff that he wants to, right? It's like, but I think he uses the dog as like a way to live vicariously and like have whatever, like to have extra food,
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, okay, but if you trained him a real trick, you could give him those treats, and then like I'm like, okay, tell him to go to me, and then I'll send him back to you, and then you can give him the treat. You want to train him to go to you. And then he just looks at my dad cute and wags his tail, and he just gives him the treat.
Yeah.
And it's just like...
He's basically unlearned sit, because whenever someone told him to sit, he just stopped doing it and then got a treat anyway.
No, because my dad will say sit and then give him a treat without sitting.
Yeah.
So he trains him not to sit.
Right. Another good trick to teach Gertie to learn would be to wipe his beard after he drinks water, because he likes to wipe it on me. I'd prefer him to wipe it on a towel instead.
He'll run into the house like a madman, soaking wet, and since she's the only person who doesn't yell at him for like he'll just be soaking wet, look for Trisha, and if he doesn't see her, then he'll just like run off someplace else.
Yeah, he won't go to your mom because he knows that she'll try to dry him off with like paper towels and stuff.
And that's no fun.
That's no fun.
Oh, hello.
You gotta rub against someone's pants while they pet you. That's the real method.
And he's not a very food-motivated dog in general. He just loves
He
pets.
loves being pet and cuddled with, yeah.
He's a big fan of
He
being
loves feeling love.
He is a very, very sweet dog.
He's just a little bit disobedient, but we'll get that trained out of you.
Something really funny, but definitely bad behavior, was he learned that no one would get mad at him if he like stuck his nose all the way into my mom's pockets to look for treats.
Yeah.
But he knew that I would be mad, but like the world wouldn't be mad, you know?
Yeah.
So like he didn't think of it as something he shouldn't do. He thought of it as something he shouldn't do near me, because I'm the only one who'd yell at him. So he has this weird sense of... Normally with a dog, you want everybody to yell at him for doing a thing, so he just thinks of it like to be a good... To exist properly and in my role in the world, I shouldn't do this thing. But he thinks of it like I shouldn't do it next to me. So it's like kind of... with the answer to everything, basically. So I was like standing there, and he didn't know I was there because his whole head was in the pocket, and he was stuck.
Oh,
and then he pulls
red-handed.
and he pulls his head out, and his his fur is all like crazy, and he sees me, and he's like, and like wags he wags his tail and then lays down randomly on like he never
pet me.
he never lays down there, but he just like kind of laid down like he's sleeping and did the grunt like just sleeping, and stretches like to play it cool. But like my mom's coat is on the floor, and like all the bags that she like has in their pocket are like the doggy bags are like out, and just like everything like the whole area is like in disarray. But he's like, I'm just nonchalantly laying down, and then he like looks
totally
at me,
innocent.
wags his tail like I had just come over, even though I'd just been standing there. He like gets up, he's like, oh, like wag, you want me to give you a hug? And I was like, it's not even worth punishing him, because you'll just relate it to me, not like so
Yeah.
he's a very sweet, like
He's very sweet.
terribly untrained dog.
Terribly cute.
Yes.
That's
Very,
how he
very
gets away
cute.
with everything. Your cuteness shall be your downfall, Gergie.
I'm gonna try and train him again though until I get really mad. Because there's nothing more. I was so fucking mad
Yeah.
when I was like trying to work with my dad to train him, and then like he just trained him to disobey me by giving him a treat when he didn't listen,
Yeah.
and it's just so aggravating. I got so fucking mad. It's just like you just or if someone tells him to come and then they go oochie goochie goo, then it just teaches him he doesn't have to go to someone. If someone yells come, he can go to anybody and they'll be happy to see him. And it's just like, it's like if someone is coming in the house who's not very steady on their feet, like someone who's older needs a walker or something, this breed of dog always likes to jump up and like push them just to as like a hug or whatever.
Every
But
person.
sometimes when there's someone we don't expect to be coming in who's like very old or unsteady or has a knee injury or whatever, we want to make sure he doesn't do that. But then if someone yells for him to come over, he'll think that if he goes to see someone else with more intensity, it'll make up for him not listening to the command. So he'll shove someone extra hard, and so it's like, And it was even to the point, he liked to nuzzle with the back of someone's knees while they were going down the stairs. But when you push the back of someone's knees while they're going down the stairs, they're going to fall down the stairs. So my mom fell down the stairs like twice or 3 times, and then it was only when my brother's fiance or now wife was pushed down the stairs. They were all like, "Oh, like he didn't know any better," or whatever.
He
And
did
I
it
was
to
like,
me too, but I was holding on to the handrail, so I survived. Thank goodness.
I scolded him when he did it to me, and so he didn't do it to me. But again, it's like everybody kind of has to train him. So then my mom finally told him not, like, scolded him for for shoving into the back of her knees while she's trying to go down the stairs. So he finally learned, because another person did it, he learned not to do it to other people. So people who didn't know he was going to do that, he just knocked them down the stairs, So, like, if someone was over, like, if my aunt was over or whatever, and they're coming down the stairs, it's like, it's a safety thing. But it was, like, such a struggle to convince people to train him not to push people down the stairs.
Yeah.
I think that really, like, is that gonna work? These visors, man, they're so thin. This side is what I'm looking at. I don't know if that's gonna work.
It's probably.
Oh, it just pushed it down, so it should be fine.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna get to bed. So I think it's about time to start saying goodnight.
I would be super frustrated too. That just makes it impossible. Yeah. 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 Oh, you puppy. Are you a rabbit? I'm just like,
Dog cam extreme.
can't really see how wide his eyes are.
I can kind of see. He's like looking around like, what's going on? What are you holding?
Who's your puppy? Anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out and chatting and listening to me ramble. Oh no, do I have a happy story?
Oh yeah, I guess I gotta send the videos for you to upload on your channel.
Oh yeah, that's a funny story. I told it in the blue hair thing.
The happy story is Doggo.
Happy story is Doggo.
Gergie, would you like to tell a happy story?
Who did happy story?
Well, one time I received treats for no reason.
Yes. I guess the happy story. I told this last time, so it's not a happy story. Well, it's still a happy story, just like a stale. All right, this time you guys get a stale happy story. My friends sister has like forsaken feminism, and now she's like trying to look for a boyfriend that isn't like a male feminist and stuff. And she's kind of like moved on in her life and is happier and
Basically, she's trying to look for a man.
and she's like doing better. Like my friend had a long talk with her or whatever, and then she was like, yeah, this stuff isn't making me happy, and it's kind of like bullshit, some of it, and like,
Yes.
and then the next morning she woke up and she just looked. He said she just looked better. Like she looked. He was like, I don't want to say glowing, but like she just looked like more energy and stuff.
And
And,
she got over a hump in her life.
yeah, like she seemed like lighter, because like she kept on meeting people who were like super left and they didn't want to, monogamy's evil or something, so
Yeah.
they didn't want to just date her. And then like, sometimes male feminists tend to be a little creepy, and so.
It is
No.
what it is.
But
you know?
she's doing better, and like my friend was always kind of worried about her, and he was always worried that but now he's like really positive about it. He's really happy for her, and he's like, stuff is going good, and so I'm happy that he's happy about it. I think stuff is looking up.
Yeah, I think so.
Now
So
Gurgi's
there's your-
eyes are like rolled down.
He's okay. Here's your happy story for the night, guys. So I hope you do have a good night. Get
Yeah.
some good sleep.
Yeah, good night.
And then wake up and be glowing.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out, and catch you guys. Oh, tomorrow is Total War with John.
Yeah, there you go. The Sundays with Total War.
Yes.
So, I guess we'll see you then.